Howdy folks, my name's Darren from RC Scale Models, and today we have another kit. This one again is from Airfix. This is a 1/48 scale. This is a Supermarine Spitfire F.Mk.XVIII. I don't have one of these kits in my stash, not the Mk.XVIII, so I'm going to take a look at this one. We're going to take a closer look. I don't think this is a brand new tooled kit. I think this originally was tooled back in 2016 as a Mark 14, but so they've updated the decals and there's a couple of parts that have been upgraded just to make it to an 18. So we'll check it out. So no further ado, we'll take a look inside this one. It's a top opening box, standard as Airfix. This is what they get on the side. Two marking options. We have a British one and we have one from India. Pretty cool markings. The India one is like a metal finish or high speed silver with black wingtips and stuff. Kit number is A05140. Level 2 skill, 2 flying hours. So we have the instructions, there's the markings, you can just roughly see there's the Indian one, but we'll take a closer look at that. As always, one bag of sprues, some plastic, and that's pretty much it within the box. So we'll take a look at these instructions. So Airfix standard way of doing things is their usual instructions now. Different languages, information on the aircraft. More warnings, all the symbols you need to pay attention to. So straight off the bat, we are working on inside the cockpit wall. So we have this part is silver, and this part's the interior green colour. We have a couple of detail parts going inside the Spitfire, and we have the seat. Just move you in a little bit. So like I say, we've got the seat. It comes with 3 parts. Pretty standard. Airfix's way, they do it pretty much all their Spitfires is all kind of the same way now. We have the back plate or armour plating, possibly detailed parts of the seat. We have the back of the seat, which is internal parts, and then this gets assembled. Floor, pedals, rudder and flight stick. For some reason it's saying no pilot, possibly the pilot doesn't fit in this one. Instrument panel and bulkhead. So all of this internal parts is pretty much that grey-green RF colour. This instrument panel is black. There is a decal for this. There is tons of aftermarket out for Airfix, so you can change it up. How much you're going to see, I don't know. The instrument panel goes in to the side of the aircraft frame. The flooring goes in. We have all the internal parts. This section here is the 2 sides walls going together, and then we have another firewall. This seat goes in as well. More internal parts to make up the inside of the frame. There is asking for the pilot to go in now. It is a bit cheesy and not very well detailed, but it's your option. Inside the firewall, inside the cockpit, there's a couple of parts to be removed if you're having the door open or canopy open and stuff. This is the cockpit being sandwiched in. You can paint the inside of this because it may require a little bit of painting, which is the silver and the internal green. They are asking you to remove part of the tail. See step 27, which will be on the next page. Why is that? Where is 27? This is for your rudder to go into. So the rudder is slightly different on this Mark, so you're going to have to chop that piece off just to make sure it all fits nicely. Where are we at? Now we're back up here. This is for the canopy open option, and this is for your tail removal. Again, you've got to chop it off the other side. I think it might be easier to sandwich it together and then remove that piece in one. This is for the door to be opened. You're going to have to cut the door out. Sadly, you can have a nasty seam line on the two halves, so you're going to have to take care of this seam line. This part is part of the front cowling, and this is, I think, where the one of the fuel tanks sits underneath that. Loadout. This aircraft can carry bombs and rockets. Do reference, because I'm not 100% sure how accurate that is. Flaps going in. Radiator system and oil coolers and stuff. Here's the radiator system. Pretty standard stuff on the Spitfire. You can have it open or closed option, which is a nice touch. Here is another one. So there is two of these on the Griffon engine on both sides. Again, open or closed. We do have these two side panels to fill those little holes. Some of the other marks of Spitfire, they have cameras and stuff in here. I'm not sure what they put in inside the Mk.XVIII. We have these giant parts on this side of the cowling, because the Griffon engine is a massive lump. We have your cannons going in, a couple of lights. Up here we have the landing gear in the flight position, so this is landing gear up. If you're having the landing gear down, it's pretty much two parts. Pretty standard way of doing it. Here and here. We do get some nice detailed wheels. Hopefully they are one piece, because I've never found a two piece, especially if it has nice detailed pattern. Trying to clean up the seam line, you end up sanding it all away. Hopefully they're one piece. If not, I end up replacing them with resin anyway. So these wheels going in nicely. Exhaust pipes, I'm not sure if they're hollowed out. If not, you're going to have to drill them out a little bit. Again, bombs, just check your references, because I'm not 100% sure how accurate this is. More bombs. Rockets, again, I'm not sure how accurate is the Spitfire carrying rockets, I don't know. We have the propeller system and hub assembly. It is a 5-bladed propeller. Another way of telling how a Griffon engine is, it's got a 5-bladed propeller, massive bulge on the front, plus on the Merlin it spins one way, on the Griffon it spins the other way. There's a couple of telltale signs you can tell between a Merlin and a Griffon, plus the sound. That all goes in, your nose cone spinner, that kind of thing. Don't glue it in place so you can spin, but it's entirely up to you. We have a little bit of detail part behind the pilot support. Now it's canopy open, canopy closed, canopy open with the door open, and this is just showing you where to put the canopy and stuff in the door. This is your first marking option. Just move you back out slightly. Just bear with me. As I say, it's still a new camera, still learning. So very first mark of Spitfire. There is one of these Spitfires flying around with this marking scheme. I do have a picture of it, check it out. So pretty similar. It is a nice scheme. It's standard RAF green over grey. So we have the blue and red spinner type thing. And it's the grey underside, sea grey. Pretty cool. If you're not fancy doing that one, you can always do the Indian one, which is high speed silver. A very good match for high speed silver, I believe, is LP either 70 or is it LP11. It's a pretty good match for high speed silver for the aircraft. This is pretty cool though, because it's something different and it's got the black nose, black wingtips. So I might end up doing this Indian Air Force one. So show we shall see. Markings come here. So here's the markings. It says it's printed in Italy. I imagine a cartograph. Yes, it's up there, mate. Cartograph markings. So My opinion, I think they're the best markings in the world. I have no problem with them. They go down perfectly fine. They're highly crisp and clean and sharp, and the colours are very bright and vibrant. Everything looks up to par. So nicely done. So there's the kit itself now. Let's get into this. So in this bag is be your clear parts. We'll take a closer look at that in a minute. There is 2 main sprues, one with wheels and detail parts, one with weapons, and one with upper wings. So straight off the bat, this is your fuselage halves, as standard. Internal detail parts for your cockpit area. This is an optional part for a larger fuel tank. This part's actually not needed. Your parts of your radio system. These are the bulges for where the engine bulges out of the aircraft. Massive 5-bladed propeller, huge propeller system. So here is the front section of the sorry about that, front cowling. This is all detail parts, nicely done. This is part of the firewall. There's that giant fuel tank. These are the radiator systems. Standard way of Airfix doing their detail. Panel lines are perfectly fine. Couple of rivets in certain places. Here's a new tab system. I've never seen this before on any of their Spitfires. So hopefully it helps with the alignment of the wings. Nicely detailed. The other side is pretty much going to be a mirror image. Here's part of your instrument panel with a decal going over it. These are wing supports. There's those bulges. Giant 5-bladed propeller. Second sprue would be your lower wing section. Wings. 2 types of rudder. Bear in mind we only need one of those. These wings are one piece. The rudder is one piece. Landing gear doors, closed door option. This is your wheel well assembly inside the cockpit area detail. Giant nose cone, very large. Flaps, one piece. So it's nicely done. Even this is one piece. So landing gear doors, small wings. 2 types of rudder system. I think we do use the large one, if I'm not mistaken. I'd have to check that. Internal parts of the aircraft, cockpit area detail. So this part is aluminum and this part's the RF green grey colour. Wheel wells, part of your wing rudder system. Sadly these are 2-piece intakes. Nice and giant nose cone. Underside of the wing, pretty standard detail stuff for Airfix, nicely done. Flaps, landing gear segments, very nice. Here's part of the firewall plate thing where your seat sits onto. I'm not sure what that is called. This one here, wheels, pilot, exhausts, detail parts, cannons. So we do have a large array of wheels. They are all one piece, which is a nice touch. So we do have these wheels here are smooth. This has a diamond tread pattern. These ones here have got like a brick shaped pattern on it. These ones are smooth. I think these ones here are, these ones have got lines in them as well. These hub assemblies for your propeller system. Not sure what they were for. Here is your radiator system with nice detail on it. So paint them silver with a black wash. Your seat, Airfix's cheesy pilot. They are getting better. They don't have no specific pilots, it's just generic pilot that they throw in. Exhaust pipes, again, not hollowed out, so you're going to have to drill the tips out, or you can swap them off aftermarket. This is internal parts. The wheel for the tail dragger, cannons, detail parts internal. These are the flaps for your radiator system, one of the doors. Bear in mind, the crowbar, wartime, it was green or silver. If you see the red today, it's because it's a health and safety thing. They have to have them red. It wasn't a wartime thing. It was not red back in the war. This is a weapon sprue, so it contains bombs and rockets. Again, I'm not sure how accurate the Spitfire is at carrying bombs and rockets. I don't know about that. Just check your references. I've seen model kits with the bombs and rockets on, but I've never actually seen any real pictures of Spitfires carrying weapons like that, so I don't know. Upper wing section, pretty standard stuff. This is a full wing shape, elliptical wing. It's not a clip wing or anything like the previous Spitfire that we looked at. So this is the full wing version. And last little bag contains your clear. I need to put a new blade in my knife. I barely cut through that plastic bag. That went flying. Hey, clear parts. We have main clear, wing tips. Strangely enough, that must be for the clip wing, even though it's not a clip wing air version. These are for lenses for your camera option. Again, we're not using a camera version. So, a couple of parts are needed, a couple of parts are not needed. But pretty good clear parts. So there you are, my friends, another kit from Airfix. A beautiful kit as always, nicely detailed, reasonably priced. If you're looking for a Mk.XVIII, I think this is possibly one of the only ones out there. I'm not sure on that, but it's a pretty good kit in my opinion. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll catch you later.